Well, one of Oregon's most notorious far-right activists has been ordered to pay more than $50 million to a hospital in Idaho. You'll remember Ammon Bundy, who led a 41-day armed occupation of the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge in 2016. How could you forget this? They were protesting the federal control of public lands. Well, Bundy was eventually arrested and later acquitted of all federal charges in that case, but he went on to face criminal charges for protesting COVID restrictions at the Idaho State House in 2021. Then ran unsuccessfully as a candidate for Idaho's governor in 22. Well, now he's lost a defamation case after a 2-week trial in Idaho for a different case. Bundy and an associate named Diego Rodriguez must pay $52 million in damages to St. Luke's health system and other plaintiffs. So some backstory here. St. Luke's filed the lawsuit after Bundy's supporters did some days-long protesting outside the hospital in Boise in March of last year. The protest was centered around Rodriguez's infant grandson, who was temporarily removed by CPS from the family and taken to St. Luke's Hospital over health concerns. Police had said at the time that medical personnel determined the child was malnourished and had lost weight. Bundy had urged his followers at the protest at the hospital and at the homes of child protection service workers, law enforcement officers, and others involved in the case. Rodriguez claimed his grandson was kidnapped and inferred that officials were involved in child trafficking for profit. So the hospital had none of that, filed the lawsuit more than a year ago, and claimed Bundy and Rodriguez orchestrated a smear campaign against it. A jury awarded the plaintiffs $26 million in punitive damages and $26.5 million in compensatory damages. So how does Ammon Bundy feel about the verdict? Well, he told our sister station in Boise, "I'm embarrassed for the court. This confirms everything I have said, and I am glad that I did not participate and legitimize the process." When asked if he would appeal or pay, he said neither. Here's what the attorney for St. Luke's told our sister station KTVB back in April when the lawsuit was ongoing.
Mr. Bundy, there's no basis for him to delegitimize the process. St. Luke's followed the laws. They presented evidence in a court under oath in front of a jury. I think the fact that St. Luke's pursued that route is an affirmation of our system and that it works. The fact that the system continues to work, even when somebody like Mr. Bundy tries to opt out of the process, is a testament to the strength of the system.
Okay, so then logistically, how does it work? How does somebody get that kind of money from somebody who claims to have no assets?
It's a typical process to go through collection. There'll be efforts to discover what assets Mr. Bundy really has. So the law has mechanisms to address these situations, and I fully expect St. Luke's to be committed to pursuing all legal means at recovery.
Yeah, time will tell if the hospital sees any of that $52 million. We'll have to follow up on that. By the way, both Bundy and Rodriguez still have civil warrants out for their arrests.